Erika Kirk was having an affair, which is why Charlie Kirk took her out of the will. So allegedly, the story is that Erika Kirk was having an affair. Charlie hired a private investigator to kind of follow her and see what was going on. And then he took her out of the will. So Turning Point USA, all of the merch, none of that goes to her at all. It just goes to their 2 children. And boy, did they make a lot of money on that merch too. And mind you, he did this before he was assassinated. So I don't know, man. Some people are saying he found out kind of who Erika Kirk was, like who she really is, and that's why everything went downhill. Which is insane, because if you look at photos of them, you're like, that is the perfect marriage. That's the perfect life. They have 2 healthy, beautiful children. I mean, all their family photos look like this. So Erika supposedly starts screaming at the lawyers when she finds out that she was left with no money. But mind you, she was mad that Candace Owens allegedly was making hundreds of thousands of dollars on the assassination and everything going on, telling her side of the story, etc. But mind you, Erika Kirk said, and it was recorded, that this assassination was the event of a century. But the weird part, other than that statement itself, that was weird. The other weird part is she said, we could pull off the event of a century. That's weird. What do you mean we could pull it off? What do you mean?
The fact that we were able to pull off an event of a century.
Then talking about merch sales, like merchandise, this is what she said.
We had over 275,000 people. I think we're at like over 200,000 for merch sales.
What? I know he left his will to his children, but I think he should have just given some to Candace Owens. I think that would have been funny.
Yeah, you're right. All right, so we're about to talk about Candace Owens, and whether this right here is true or not, I believe it, but it's just speculation. All right. So what she just said is not fact because we don't know, but it kind of tracks with what Candace Owens was just saying in her show yesterday. So drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. And also let me know if you watched Candace Owens' show yesterday, because she dropped nukes all over the place. So here we go.
In writing.
All right, so here we go.
I now have verifiable proof in writing that Justin Strife and you lied to me. You know exactly who Pierre is. Why did Justin Strife say that he had never heard of Pierre? It's crazy. Justin, why would you do that? Justin, you know him, you've met with him. You've personally.
And hold on. Remember, Justin Strife is part of the crew over at Turning Point USA. And Candace said Justin Strife was one of the good guys. He was one of the honest guys, but you can't really say that fully simply because he still works over there. So if you have been paying attention to this whole Turning Point USA stuff, you'll see that they've been firing people left and right if you're not on team Turning Point USA, because the thing about it is none of us really like our jobs. I don't have a job and I love what I do for a living, but when I had a job, I did not like my job. So it is not a bad thing to not like to not like your job. Nobody really likes their job. So when you get out of work and you start talking mess about your job, or start gossiping about the job or the manager or supervisor, that's normal. That's natural. So to turn around and start, because apparently they paid an Uber driver to listen to people's quarrels about the job. Maybe they paid any Uber driver that picked people up from Turning Point USA building to, I don't know, to like tell the executives what the person in the car said. You know how you get in the Uber car and then, hey, how you doing? Oh yeah, I'm good. And like, what's wrong? Oh, this freaking job is killing me. It's this, it's that. Oh, where do you work? Turning Point USA. Oh, you don't like it? Oh, it's just the management. Charlie Kirk died, and now Erika Kirk, this bitch. Next thing you know, they turn around and go back to the supervisor and tell the supervisor at Turning Point USA what the employee was saying. Well, all of us, when we work at a job, we're going to say the same thing about our supervisor. Nobody likes their supervisor when they have a job. So for Turning Point USA to just start firing people it once again confirms everything that I've said about Erika Kirk and Turning Point USA. All of them are a bunch of idiots. So I just needed to say that. Because everybody talks mess about a job. Nobody likes their job.
I now have verifiable proof in writing that Justin Strife and you lied to me. You know exactly who Pierre is. Why did Justin Strife say that he had never heard of Pierre? It's crazy. Justin, why would you do that? Justin, you know him. You've met with him. You've personally met with Pierre. Erika, you've met with him in the wake of Charlie's death. I have, again, verifiable proof. So you can call your lawyers. You can spend another $1 billion on PR if you want to. Tell your lawyer to call my lawyer. I mean, you guys certainly have the money to do all of these things. It's not going to wipe away the truth. Okay. The truth is that there was a deal on the table with Pierre, who, yes, is from France, born in France. And that deal was worth billions.
So right here, we were actually on a wrong track at first. We thought it was Pierre DuPont. See, there's a DuPont family that was somewhat in the middle of this. So now we're realizing it wasn't the DuPonts. It's another Pierre.
Not millions, billions, plural, billions of dollars. Just after Charlie was shot, and again, I have proof, Pierre had a phone call with Justin Strife. He also had a phone call with Mr. Don Orico of Turning Point USA down in Tampa. And you know what's really odd? Somehow this French man, Pierre, he knew that Charlie was dead before the rest of the world did. How did he know that? How did he know before I knew? Especially because
there's another person that knew Charlie Kirk was dead before everybody else knew. His name was Jack Hibbs. So let me show y'all this guy who actually announced that Charlie Kirk was dead before anybody else knew. His name is Jack Hibbs. He's some weirdo pastor, and he's apparently some multi-millionaire or whatever. This guy right here.
World as a Jew. He's coming back as a resurrected man, Jesus Christ, not only the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, but he's Jesus Christ, King of the Jews.
So this guy right here, Jack Hibbs, came on his Instagram live or Instagram and posted a video of like, oh my God, I just found out that Charlie Kirk is dead. And it was like 12:15. Like before he even went to the hospital. Like the second it happened, this guy right here, Jack Hibbs, got on his Instagram and said, oh my God, Charlie Kirk is dead. And he was like at home, because you could tell in his backyard, he was like by his swimming pool, and he was like at his house chilling with, you know, like he was just drinking some lemonade. And I'm like, how do you know you're not even there? You're at home. Because, hey, a lot of people knew that Charlie Kirk was dead before his own family knew. So this is Jack Hibbs.
His throne will be in Jerusalem, the Jewish capital, in the nation of Israel, the Jewish state.
And as you can see with his babbling, he is pro IHOP. So let's keep going.
he had a donor to Turning Point USA. Why was he given so much priority? Frenchman. I'm interested. I know that after Charlie died, that deal went through. Yeah.
The $1 billion deal went through right after Charlie died. So we all can easily surmise that Charlie Kirk was killed mainly because, you know, I've said that is a possibility that he wanted to die because he kept saying, I'm going to die, I'm going to die, I'm going to die. So that's one theory. But regardless of what, you could tell he was killed, whether he wanted to go or whether he didn't want to go. But one, he knew he was going to die on the 10th, 1000%. That's factual from many sources. And two, he didn't even sleep right the night before he died. So altogether, Charlie Kirk knew he was going to die that day. So why did he go? My theory was his spiritual leader that most likely worked for IHOP also kind of like coerced Charlie Kirk into putting himself on the cross, because Jesus, and I'm not saying Charlie Kirk is Jesus, but his spiritual leader, and a lot of these weirdo pastor spiritual leaders, they always try to use Jesus in all their verbiage, right? So I am not saying Charlie Kirk thought he was Jesus. I'm saying he was coerced to think it's up to him to die like Jesus via his spiritual leader, not me. So he goes to this place to die to a certain degree, because the night before he couldn't sleep right because he knew he was going to die the next day. And then it gets worse. Let's keep going.
I mean, if I'm lying, this would definitely fall within the category of defamation. So, yeah, I'm all in on this one. I'm guessing, by the way, regarding this, Pierre, that this might be the reason that the White House never got back to me regarding the French Foreign Legion being involved with Charlie's assassination.
I have a question right here, and I don't mean to keep stopping it, but I have to stop it because it's somebody else's content. So just so you know, I have to stop the video and share my opinion on what they said, because that's how you do a reaction video. So I have to stop it every few seconds or minutes or whatever. But one, why did you say no to the billionaire that wanted to contribute to Turning Point USA if you knew you were going to die? Why don't you just say yes? Because after you die, the billionaire is going to come in and give them the money anyway. That's one of the things that was a little confusing with me. So if you knew you were going to die, if you somewhat wanted to die or seemed like you wanted to die, why is it that you turned down the billions of dollars? Why did you stop wanting to deal with Bibi Netanyahu if you had this premonition that you're going to die? Because you know how we all know, if we've all have been asked the question, hey, if you only had a week to live, what would you do? You're like, oh, I'm going to do this. So I'm going to go do this. I'm going to travel here, or I'm going to get some prostitutes. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do whatever. I'm going to rob a bank. You'll just do something that you usually wouldn't do if you think you're going to die. If somebody tells you got a week to live, you're going to start you're going to be a little bit more free with your money, free with your attitude. You're going to tell everybody that you don't like, kiss my ass. I don't like you. I never liked you, because you know you're going to die, right? Charlie Kirk somewhat acted the opposite when he felt like he was going to die. He literally started pulling things back, and then he died. So that is the thing that confuses me a little bit. If you know you're going to die, why don't you just say F it? All right, sign this person, sign that. Oh, you want to sign this person? I don't care, because I ain't going to be here anyway. You know what I'm saying? Does that make any sense? If you know you're going to die, why are you pulling back instead of just letting loose? Just a question. I don't know. What do y'all think?
Because I don't know. There could be a French angle here. Could this be a motive? Could billions of dollars be a motive? I mean, I'll just ask some immediate questions. My question would be, why would a devout Catholic Frenchman be looking to give billions of dollars to an evangelical organization? Is that not weird? Just objectively weird? Gosh, that's a pretty big investment. Just really care about free market capitalism? What's France got to do with college campuses in America? Full stop. The answer, Erika, is nothing. Nothing. So Erika Kirk went onto Fox News last night, and she made a plea for transparency. I have to say, I'm totally with her on that one, and I would like to join her in the pursuit of it with an open letter to her. And Erika, if she truly wanted more transparency, she could provide it, because you don't need it in a courtroom. We actually do not need to turn to the courts to have the public understand what happened on that day, because it's before the courts.
And before we get to the letter, I have a question. What do you guys think happened to the French people that were planning on unaliving Candace. If the French, whoever, the French Legion, literally, because she had documented proof through her sources that somebody from the French Legion was going to unalive her. What happened? What do y'all think happened? Because she's about to go back down this French Legion direction, this French Legion rabbit hole. Is she not afraid of the French people coming back after her? Just a thought. I'm just pontificating on a lot of these different things because I personally think things are about to take a drastic turn. I don't know what, but I see something different in Candace. Candace is a little bit more direct. She's a little bit more vigilant. She's a little bit more angry towards Erika Kirk. And I think she found something that has really pissed her off about Erika Kirk that she did not know earlier. Remember, Erika Kirk and Candace met face to face. And she came back and was like, yeah, we had a conversation and everything was this. And then, you know, Justin Strife is a great guy and they gave me everything that I needed. But then a month goes by and now she's just like, Erika Kirk, you lied to me. There's something there. So something is about to take a drastic turn compared to the way things were at first. And with all that being said, this is another time. I'll just say this. I'm once again afraid for Candace's life. I'm once again afraid for Candace's life. I think Candace is in danger again. Because when a foreign entity sends out threats, death threats, or whatever, is meant to tell you to stop. So Erika said stop. The French Foreign Legion said stop. And then you get a cease and desist that says stop. And Candace she's in another gear. See, at first she was in two-wheel drive. Now she's in all-wheel drive. And she's about to, you know, and she said it. She said it in her show. She said, I've been going slow on purpose because I'm not stupid. But now I'm about to tell it all. And she said in the next week, come Monday, she's going to say more. And that scares me because I got love for Candace. I've been following Candace or paying attention to what Candace has been saying when she was in a relationship space. A lot of people have been mad at me in the past because I've, you know, shunned single motherhood, said certain things about single mothers, but Candace said things about single motherhood also. So I resonated with Candace because me and Candace had the same mindset about Planned Parenthood, single motherhood, and how single motherhood was a detriment to the Black community in particular. See, she was in a relationship space before she got into this political stuff. I don't know if y'all know or knew Candace back then, but she was in the relationship space before she was in a political space. Put a 1 in the chat if you knew Candace back when she was in a relationship space, when she talked about Planned Parenthood, single motherhood, Black people, and all this other stuff. So I've been a fan of her. But with all that being said, we all have to be careful when we start going up against these political entities, because they will get your ass up out of here. So put a 1 in the chat if you knew about Candace when she was in a relationship space. Put a 1 in the chat if you know about her then. So I really mess with Candace. This is not new to me. All right, let's keep going. Hopefully she'll be okay, but I'm scared. I'm scared for her for real.
even got involved, the first people that had access to exactly what happened in 4.
Hold on, it started messing up. When I pause it, it starts back messing
Right.
up.
And she made a plea for transparency. I have to say, I'm totally with her on that one. And I would like to join her in the pursuit of it with an open letter to her. And Erika,
And make sure to drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. And make sure to hit the hype button also. If you see the hype button, HYPE, hit the hype button, hit the like button, and drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at to the new people who just came in.
she truly wanted more transparency, she could provide it, because you don't need it in a courtroom. We actually do not need to turn to the courts to have the public understand what happened on that day, because before the courts even got involved, the first people that had access to exactly what happened in 4K, as Tyler Boyer said, was Turning Point USA. They seized the cameras. They could have said, here, I'm also going to have some private investigators take a look at everything and tell them what they think. I was one of the people that called and personally requested to view the tapes. I said, we don't have to release them. I just want to see the tapes. And they were immediately cagey. They've been cagey about information. They've been changing information for saying, oh, I didn't realize that we lied about this or we lied about that. So making this public plea to the courts, I don't know. I think that it stands in stark contrast to the actions that are available to Erika Kirk as the CEO and chairman of this massive organization. But exactly how massive? Anyway, I wanted to write this open letter to Erika. Dear Erika, I thought it best to do this publicly. I think public conversations keep everybody honest. And there are some things that certainly need to be clarified, because sometimes the gap between the truth and the lie is what happens behind closed doors. You and Charlie began dating in earnest in 2019. And in retrospect, it was accompanied by a season of a lot of change. For one, I was getting married and virtually, therefore, joined at the hip with my fiance. He was sort of a new third wheel at all of our events. A few months later, on May 1st, the public was informed that I was resigning from my position as the communications director of Turning Point USA. Now, there has been a lot of public speculation as to what led to that decision. The media ran with it was anti-Semitism or some disagreement about Kanye West, but that wasn't true. None of that was true. The truth, and I think that you very well know what the truth is, because you were around for it, is that Charlie and I had a disagreement which fractured my trust in him. He did something that he had never done before. He lied to my face about money. Now, in retrospect, I believe that the manner in which I discovered the lie might have been by design, but there's no need for us to delve into conspiracy when the facts are plenty enough. Charlie had taken a meeting down in Florida with Eika Perlmutter at Mar-a-Lago. It was a fundraising meeting. For whatever reason, he did not want me to know about this meeting, and that was strange. It was meant to be kept a secret. It was strange because we had always collaborated on and taken those sorts of meetings together. Anyway, I found out about it, and I decided to ask him casually as we were riding up an elevator at the Trump Hotel in D.C. I said to him, have you heard from Ike recently? And he looked me right in the face just as he was getting off on his floor. And he said, no, I haven't. I haven't heard from him in like 2 weeks.
And this right here was a lie. So why exactly do you think Charlie Kirk would look her in the face and tell her a bold-faced lie? In my opinion, it's simple. When you're in a relationship and you booed up, in Charlie Kirk's situation, when y'all are married, your wife doesn't necessarily like your BFF, especially if you have a female friend. At some point, your wife is going to smile in that woman's face. She's going to just act like everything is cool. But in the background, she's going to find some type of way to push that woman out of the picture. And especially in this situation where there's money involved. See, if Erika wants Charlie Kirk to take the money, take the billionaire's money and whatever, right? And Charlie Kirk is like, I'm not sure. I need to think about it. The last thing she needs is this woman, Candace Owens, to pull him to the other side of the fence. Because what's going to happen is Erika Kirk is going to be like, I think you should take the money, Charlie. And then he's going to go to Candace and say, hey, Candace, what do you think? Should I take the money? And then here goes Candace saying, no, I don't think you should take the money. And then he's going to be like, you know what, Candace, you're right. And then he's going to go to Erika and say, I'm not going to take the money. So what Erika Kirk's job is to make sure that she keeps her side of the fence safe, because she wanted Charlie to take the money because, you know, she's a piece of crap. So her number one goal is to find a way to coerce Charlie Kirk to get rid of or to pull away from Candace Owens, because she needs Charlie Kirk to do what she wants him to do. And in all honesty, this is any woman that is in a relationship with a man, because she does not want an outside influence influencing the man that she's sleeping with every night. Let me know if I'm wrong. And I'm not relieving Erika Kirk of any accountability, because I think Erika Kirk is a piece of crap. I think she's the spawn of Satan. But do y'all agree that in most relationships, the woman that a guy just got with, one of her agendas is to get him to leave any other woman that is in his life alone, so she can have full control over his ideas and his agendas, you know, his the way he's going. Do you agree? So I don't think it's just Erika Kirk. I think most women be like this. If the guy has a BFF, she's gonna be like, all right, how do I get her out of the, you know, because no matter what it is that you want, whether it's positive or negative, you kind of like want the man to do what you want him to do. And if she turns around and if he turns around and is listening to his friend, you're gonna be mad. You're gonna be like, all right, I want him to do this, or I want him to do that. But he keeps like going to his BFF that, you know, that's a female. Shit, y'all don't want us having male friends. Y'all don't even want us having male friends, let alone a female friend. So yes, this is a thing that most women is going to try to do. Push out the best friend so she can now be the number one contributor to all of his ideas and directions.
I decided to ask him casually as we were riding up an elevator at the Trump Hotel in DC. I said to him, have you heard from Ike recently? And he looked me right in the face just as he was getting off on his floor. And he said, no, I haven't. I haven't heard from him in like 2 weeks. And I then said back to him, really, Charlie, because you had lunch with him yesterday at Mar-a-Lago. And I saw his stomach drop. His entire face looked, as if he was going down a roller coaster. He stuck his arm back in the elevator really quickly and tried to explain it away. He then pivoted toward an apology, but obviously the damage was done. And if I'm being honest, I was as hurt as I was shocked and confused by it, because we were close. We did go back down to the lobby. We sat at a table and we talked. I don't even remember whether or not I was angry. I probably was. That does tend to be my choice emotion. But deep down, there was a part.
But right here, I just want to say this. No, and I'm not taking up for Erika, but I think it's very important for women to understand that if you have a male best friend, the second he gets with another woman and he falls in love with that woman, you got to let him go. Do you agree? Regardless of how you feel about your male best friend, you got to let him go. And I am not on Erika Kirk's side. I'm just looking at this as an objective situation. So when Charlie Kirk lied to Candace, you're not the priority anymore. Your woman, well, his woman is the priority. His wife is the priority. So it's now between Charlie and Erika, and not Charlie, Erika, and Candace. Regardless of what we think about Erika, that is just human nature. So I don't think it even made sense for Charlie Kirk to explain himself to Candace in this situation. And I'm just speaking objectively. Who are you to question me about whatever it is I'm doing? You gotta let me go, Candace. I got a woman now. I got a wife now. I'm going to go do this, and I'm going to slowly start hitching my wagon to stuff over here. I'm not going to have you all in my business anymore. So if I got to lie to you, I shouldn't even have to do that. So why in the world are we stopping the elevator? Hold on, let me explain. Sitting down, and Candace is emotional. She's about to cry. Like, why did you lie to me? I'm not going through all this with you. You are not my girl. I'm sorry. The partnership is now with my wife. My partnership is now with Erika Kirk, not you. You got to let me go. Now, in this situation, hindsight being 2020, because somebody said I'm missing the point. I'm not missing the point. Hindsight being 2020 shows you I'm not missing the point. You have to look at things for the way they are at the time. But moving forward, of course, Candace was right. So I'm telling y'all right now, yes, Candace was right. Yes, Erika Kirk is a demon. Erika Kirk is a piece of crap. Yes, Erika Kirk was possibly a honeypot. I don't know. Yes, Erika Kirk is the daughter of Satan. Now we know that. But regardless of what, and it kind of like goes back to my theory that Charlie Kirk may or may not have had something to do with all this stuff even before Erika Kirk got here. Because you got to remember, Tyler Boyer was also a piece of crap. Tyler Boyer was there also. Tyler Boyer is the one who introduced Charlie Kirk to Erika Kirk. So Tyler Boyer was also a piece of crap. So it seems like Charlie Kirk was already with the shits. He was already with the debauchery. So he was kind of like on the side of Erika Kirk already. And as Candace Owens, you think Charlie Kirk is this loving man that does everything right, and he's so innocent. He's just your innocent little brother. In my opinion, Charlie Kirk is not your innocent little brother, Candace. And Charlie Kirk, to a certain degree, may be just like Erika. So from hindsight 2020 standpoint, yes, Candace is right. But what if Charlie didn't care about what's right? And he was just conflicted. He turned down the money, but he still wanted to listen to Erika Kirk. And I think he just got to the point where he just was so conflicted where he didn't know who to trust. So he started lying to Candace because there's a possibility that he probably didn't trust Candace either. Because sometimes you don't know who to trust. So maybe Charlie Kirk lied to Candace because in his mind, he didn't know if he can trust Candace. Because guess what? You got this demon named Erika Kirk all in his ear saying, hey, I don't think you should trust Candace. Hey, I think Candace is this. Hey, I think Candace is that. Candace was over there with Ben Shapiro with the Daily Wire. So I don't know about her. She might be worse than everybody. And next thing you know, he starts lying to Candace. But from a relationship standpoint, the best thing to always do is to pick the woman that you picked, because you picked her, whether she's right or wrong, you picked her. Erika Kirk is in your life because of you. She is your choice. Go with your choice. Don't go with your best friend. Go with your choice. You made the choice. Go with it. Either pick your best friend or stay with your choice, which is your woman or your wife. You got to make a decision. And it's time for you to let your best friend go and go be with your wife, if that's who you choose. If not, listen to your best friend and dump your woman, dump your wife. if you believe your best friend. Because one thing we can't be, and I'm talking to y'all, is on the fence with your best friend and your wife, or your best friend and your woman. You as a man, you got to make a decision. So if you want to be with this woman, whether bad or good, you have to make a decision. Do you agree or do you disagree in the chat? Do you agree or do you disagree in the chat? Because your best friend means well. But if you're choosing your woman over your best friend and your woman is in your ear telling you to pull away from your best friend, you have to make a decision. It's either your best friend or your woman. You have to make a decision. You're not going to be you're not going to be a man and have a best friend that's a female and have a woman. It's not going to happen, because they both are going to start trying to pull you in two different directions. And as a man, you have to make a decision. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying Erika Kirk is right. I'm saying you got to make a decision as a man. You can't be on a fence between your woman and your best friend. Make a decision.
Part of me that knew that it was coming because of a lot of the new hires that were coming into Turning Point USA.
All right, hold on. So she's talking about how they're hiring new people. So she kind of like knew that she was going to get pushed away anyway, just like how Charlie Kirk knew he was going to die soon. Everybody make sure to hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody make sure to hit the like button. Well, actually, let me just play the song a little bit. I forgot I got a little song.
Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button.
All right, so let's go. Hit the like button.
Because we were close. We did go back down to the lobby. We sat at a table and we talked. I don't even remember whether or not I was angry. I probably was. That does tend to be my choice emotion. But deep down, there was a part of me that knew that it was coming because of a lot of the new hires that were coming into Turning Point USA post Kanye tweet. Charlie had new people in his ear that were hijacking his ambition, making him believe that money was the truest measure of success.
Was he right for going after the money? Because he didn't fully go after the money, because he turned down $1 million. So I'm just saying, if you're running a business, you kind of like got to go after the money. But he wasn't taking all the money because he turned down $1 billion. So I think Charlie Kirk was doing the right thing. You got to go after the money if you want to keep your company running.
Because of a lot of the new hires that were coming into Turning Point USA post Kanye tweet. Charlie had new people in his ear that were hijacking his ambition, making him believe that money was the truest measure.
Why is it messing up? Sorry, y'all. It keeps messing up.
We did go back down to the lobby. We sat at a table and we talked. I don't even remember whether or not I was angry. I probably was. That does tend to be my choice emotion. But deep down, there was a part of me that knew that it was coming because of a lot of the new hires that were coming into Turning Point post Kanye tweet. Charlie had new people in his ear that were hijacking his ambition, making him believe that money was the truest measure of success. Charlie was a brilliant fundraiser. Everybody knows that, but he was also young. He was naive to what the wrong money could invite into his life. And I warned him. I warned him in that restaurant. I warned him specifically about Stacey Sheridan. Everything about her made my skin crawl. And I suspected she and Tyler had something to do with it. I also warned him about Schaefer Security and Dan Flood. You can check the text messages because you have them. And now I am left wondering, obviously, if Charlie had heeded my advice, if he would still be alive. I've also come to another realization.
So KTB 2199 said, have you seen how the money tripled after Erika came on board? And this is kind of like my point. So I'm glad you said this. When Erika came on board, he got with Erika's mom was, it all makes sense. Erika had the juice. Erika had, see, when you look at Donald Trump, Erika knew Donald Trump also. And I think Erika knew Donald Trump better than Charlie Kirk knew Donald Trump. There's a possibility that Erika introduced Charlie Kirk to Donald Trump. I don't know. Could that be something? Can that be something? Could it be that Erika introduced Charlie Kirk to Donald Trump in the beginning? I'm not sure. We got to look at the timeline. But when Erika Kirk came on board, yes, their money tripled. Their money went like this because of Lori Farnsby. Because I think Erika Kirk had Donald Trump in her pocket. I don't think Donald Trump was in Charlie Kirk's pocket. I think Donald Trump was in Erika's pocket. See, absolutely. I think Trump has known Erika since she was in diapers or adopted, that part. Yes, I personally think, and this is another theory that I have about Erika Kirk, I think Erika Kirk was adopted. All of these weirdos adopt kids. And then Erika Kirk adopted her kids. So I think Lori Farnsby may have adopted Erika Kirk. And I also think Erika Kirk adopted her two little kids. That's why they don't show their faces, because they look nothing like Erika or Charlie. And if you were to see their faces, you will be like, they don't look nothing like their own parents. So I personally think that Erika Kirk is the one that had Donald Trump and Donald Trump's ear. So their money went through the roof when Erika Kirk came on. With all that being said, if your money is going through the roof after only a year of dealing with this woman, why would you not listen to her? How can you not listen to Erika Kirk when Erika Kirk made your money triple and is a possibility that she's the one that introduced you to the president of the United States? I'm just saying. So with all that being said, I totally understand why Charlie listened to Erika and not Candace. Candace didn't even know the president. Not at that time. Charlie knew the president more than Candace did. All right, shout out to I41821. Thank you for the super chat. Charlie was just like Erika. That's what I'm saying. But she was more evil. I agree. The difference between Candace and Charlie, he was on the side of evil in the battle of good versus evil. I totally agree. See, I think Charlie Kirk was on the fence. I think Charlie Kirk was already into debauchery, but he wasn't making a lot of money in the debauchery. But when Erika got there, he blew up. Well, Turning Point USA started really making a lot of money, and then he started liking it. And then Candace was like the good little person on your shoulder, and Erika's like the bad little person on the shoulder. And Erika was like, hey, look what I just did to you or did for you. I'm laying in your bed, I'm getting you sex, and I just raised your portfolio to this. What is Candace doing? Candace was working for you. I'm building you. You're going to listen to an employee over me? Candace worked for Turning Point USA. She's like, yo, you're going to listen to an employee. She's an employee of Turning Point USA. I'm literally tripling your net worth, and you're going to listen to this damn girl? Are you crazy? And Charlie Kirk started being like, you have a point. I'm showing you results. What results has Candace did for you? What results has Candace given to you? Zero. I'm tripling your worth. Get Candace ass out of here. And he said, okay. That's what happened, in my opinion. But Candace loves Charlie, but she doesn't realize that Charlie was just as evil as Erika was. She sees him as her innocent little brother. No, Charlie Kirk was nowhere near an innocent little anything. He was a demon just like Erika was. Why do you think he chose to be with Erika? Because he was a demon just like she was. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the chat.
She and Tyler had something to do with it. I also warned him about Schaefer Security and Dan Flood. You can check the text messages because you have them. And now I am left wondering, obviously, if Charlie had heeded my advice, if he would still be alive. I've also come to another realization that I missed at that time. Maybe the newest and the biggest influence in his ear. Who was that, obviously? It was you. You were the newest and biggest influence in Charlie's life. You kind of all arrived at the same time. And you too, Erika, you lied to my face as we sat down in that hotel and we spoke for 4 hours.
In all honesty, she doesn't owe you anything, Candace. And I'm not against Candace. I'm just speaking objectively. You lied to my face. Who are you compared to Turning Point USA, Charlie Kirk and Erika Kirk and Justin Strife and all the other stuff? I need us to get our heads out of the clouds for a second. And I am not against Candace, but I need y'all to look at him, Candace, and Erika and see who was where. Because this was years ago. We love Candace, but we have to be real with ourselves. Who the hell is Candace Owens compared to Erika Kirk? Erika is my wife. Erika is my woman. I'm having sex with Erika. And then Erika is looking at you like, who are you? You work for my husband. I can lie to you if I want to. Like, who are you? Anybody think about no damn Candace? You know, like 2 years ago, not really 2 years ago. This was like a year ago, right before, Charlie Kirk died. Maybe, I don't know, January, February, they're having this conversation. I forgot what month she said they were in, but to Erika, not to me. I value her. To Erika is what I'm saying. So when I say, who are you? I'm saying to Erika's point of view. All right. Like I said before, I have been valuing Candace Owens for at least 7 years. Okay. I personally have been valuing Candace Owens for the last 7 years. So when I say, who are you? I'm meaning from Erika Kirk's standpoint. Okay. So Erika Kirk is looking at her like, who are you for me to not lie to? You ain't no damn body. You are my husband's employee. What are you talking about? You lied to my face. So speaking for Erika Kirk. So just keep that in mind, because you got to look at where they are in that environment at Turning Point USA. Ain't nobody thinking about no damn Candace Owens.
But I want to be clear, it was different. You see, with Charlie, I could forgive him. We were always like brother and sister. We went on tours thereafter. But you didn't do it when you lied. You didn't do it out of naivety. You didn't do it because you were young and being pulled into the wrong direction by bad faith actors. Andrew Colvett was never going rogue. You knew that. Everything that was done.
Yo, y'all, hold on, man. It keeps messing up. Okay. Uncle Lewis says Erika played Charlie like a fiddle, though. Exactly. Like I said, I personally think Charlie Kirk was he's somebody that can easily be manipulated, because I think Charlie Kirk was a dork. Not saying anything bad about Charlie Kirk. I think Charlie Kirk was a dork. So he has this woman in his face, and I think he's happy. And next thing you know, he's kind of like, okay. you know, so she was playing Charlie Kirk like a freaking banjo because Charlie Kirk was a dork. So, you know, and I think if you listen to how Candace is talking, she sees Charlie Kirk as a dork also. She sees him as her goofy little brother, her dorky little brother. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Almost like she sees Charlie Kirk as her little boy. She sees Charlie Kirk as a dork, just like we see Charlie Kirk as a dork. So she's just like, hey, do this. And then Erika Kirk was like, hey, do this. You know, and he was just getting pulled left and right. And he was getting played by the woman that was giving him sex and giving him attention. Because you got to remember, Erika Kirk was Miss Arizona. So in his mind, he's dating a beauty queen or whatever. You know, so I think he was getting played like a fiddle. And I think he was this little dorky dude that everybody viewed as a dork. And he was a dork.
You didn't do it when you lied. You didn't do it out of naivety. You didn't do it because you were young and being pulled into the wrong direction by bad faith actors.
And remember, Erika Kirk was like 5 years older than Charlie Kirk, just like what she just said. Remember, Erika Kirk is 5 years older than Charlie Kirk. So she's right. You were not just this naive little person getting pulled left and right, because you were in Romania, Erika, you know, doing some tadpole traffic lighting when you were 17. So Erika is a vet in this. Erika is a stone cold vet. Shout out to Kim. Is a prearranged marriage. Oh, okay. Is a prearranged marriage. I doubt they ever had sex. They definitely didn't have the kids. He was on a roll 365 days. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And that's the reason why Charlie Kirk was so close to Tyler Boyer. Because when they was on the road, they were smashing chicks. He's a dork. But Tyler Boyer was out there. And he probably had Charlie Kirk doing all kinds of stuff. He was on it was a prearranged marriage, yes. 2, they weren't having sex, yes. 3, those aren't their kids, yes. Because when did they have time to make kids? He was always on the road. He barely got any ass. So I totally agree with this. Totally agree with this. And shout out to Arwen. Candace knows what's up and is either blocking us or walking us slowly. Well, she did say she's slowly walking a dog. She said that yesterday. She said she's slowly walking a dog. The footage she got behind Kirk shows Rick Cutler using a palm gun. Please look it up. First Google result. It showed Rick Cutler in a different light, in a different angle. Because we all seen Rick Cutler do this, but you're saying it's showing Rick Cutler in an angle that we have not paid attention to? I need to look into that. You might have a point. I might have a point. Okay, so Mr. Let Go, you are contradicting yourself. Please explain how I'm contradicting myself, Rosie. I would love to hear. So, how am I contradicting myself? 1, I wasn't there. 2, I'm just going by the evidence. And if new evidence comes in, I'm definitely going to contradict myself because it's new evidence. See, I am not on anybody's side. I'm on Candace's side, but I'm not on Charlie Kirk's side. I'll say it again. I am not on Charlie Kirk's side. Am I on Erika Kirk's side? No, I think Erika Kirk is a piece of shit. But I'm looking at this from an objective eye, trying to get an understanding of what's happening. You can't get an understanding of what's happening if you're taking sides. So I'm human. So yes, I am on the side of Candace. I am on the opposite side of Erika Kirk, but I want to know who killed him, why they killed him, how they killed him, and well, that's really it. So yes, there is contradictions because I don't know what's happening. But I would love to know your opinion on exactly how I'm contradicting myself. I'm just going by what the evidence is showing. You could be riding down the street and then it could say 2 miles till whatever city, right? You're going to follow the sign. But if you ride down that same street and it says the city you're going to is that way, and you're going to be like, you're going to follow that sign and ignore what the last sign said, because the most previous sign, the most recent sign said, make a right. So I'm going to make a right. So I'm going by the evidence. So, but how, Rosie, am I contradicting myself? So before I say I am or I'm not, I would like to know what the context is on how I'm contradicting myself. Because I might say, yes, I am, or I may say, no, I'm not, depending on your way of seeing things. So Arwen says there's footage of in front and behind Cutler. Can you, if you have it, Arwen, can you send that to me? Can you DM that to me? Because I would love to see it. I think I've seen it, but I probably didn't pay attention to what Rick Cutler was doing. All right. So yeah, this is getting good. This conversation is getting good. And y'all, to the people who are new here, I love having conversations with the chat. Sorry. I love having conversations with the I love having conversations with the actual chat. So shout out to y'all for being in the chat. I pay attention to what y'all are saying.
It was you. You were the newest and biggest influence in Charlie's life. You kind of all arrived at the same time. And you too, Erika, you lied to my face as we sat down in the hotel and we spoke for 4 hours. But I want to be clear, it was different. You see, with Charlie,
she lied to everybody's face. Erika Kirk was lying to Charlie Kirk's face. Erika Kirk is Satan's daughter. What don't you understand, Candace? Erika Kirk is Satan's daughter.
I could forgive him. We were always like brother and sister. We went on tours thereafter. But you didn't do it when you lied. You didn't do it out of naivety. You didn't do it because you were young and being pulled into the wrong direction by bad
Rosie, where you
actors. Andrew Colvat was never going rogue. You knew that. Every single evil thing that was done to me was done with your blessing. And I consider the onslaught of attacks that I had to endure, they were evil. Because you knew I was telling the truth, and you authorized people with an incredible amount of money to attack one of the few people in politics who was actually grieving your husband. You knew.
Candace, you're speaking with your heart. There's nothing wrong with that. You're speaking with your heart. But I need you to understand that you're up against a demonic being. Candace, you're speaking with your heart. But you're up against a person that does not have one. Erika Kirk is a demon. And you're sitting here telling a demon that they lied to you. You might as well tell Satan, you lied to me, Satan. Duh, I'm Satan. Erika Kirk is Satan. Well, Satan's daughter. You can't expect Erika Kirk to not lie to you. I don't understand. Why is this a conversation about Satan lying to you? She's Satan. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with this. Why in the hell is she so upset with Satan's daughter lying to her? I don't understand.
A deep friendship. You knew I was telling the truth about the Catholic thing, about everything. You allowed.
Y'all did not have a deep friendship. You said it yourself that you were not that close to Erika Kirk. You and Charlie had a deep friendship. You said this. What are you talking about? Come on, man. You and Erika Kirk never had a deep friendship. Those were your words.
These people to lie and to say that Charlie and I hadn't spoken since 2019. I mean, it's crazy how much of a lie that was.
It's not crazy. She's a liar. We have to start taking people for who they actually are instead of who we want them to be. She lies to everybody.
You authorized it, and I now know that. The question is why? It was so cruel. It was so mean, right? Why impart that on someone who you know within a sea of...
She has something to do with her husband being dead. What are you talking about? Yo, what are we talking about? What are we talking about here? She has something to do with her own husband being dead, and you want her to give you some type of grace? You want her to tell you the truth? She don't care. She literally said, my husband's dead. My husband's dead. To her employees. She don't give a damn. She don't give a damn. Her husband's dead, and you want her to give you some type of honesty or grace. What are we talking about here? Let Go, put the link together now in your community. Let Go, I put the link together in your community. Okay, thank you, Arwen. You talking about in the Scooby-Doo chat or on Patreon? Let me look for it.
Snakes actually cared about Charlie and didn't want anything out of the organization. Maybe it's because I was like a loose end. One person that was controlled by an organization. I just kind of proven that I'd rather lose everything to say something that I don't believe, least of all for money. I mean, maybe it's also because you have his phone. And when I revealed to the public that he had predicted his own death in remarkable detail, maybe you went back and you read the rest of those messages, the ones that I haven't yet revealed to the public, because in retrospect, those messages they're pretty terrifying because they're precise and it feels prophetic. Charlie was gifted. You know that. I know that. And the government most certainly knew that as well since he was a kid, which is why it was at least very interesting to me that you told the New York Times, something that most people didn't pay attention to, but you told the New York Times the night before his murder, Charlie's, and I'm going to quote this, you said that Charlie's adrenal glands were just going off. He couldn't sleep. I know enough about Charlie to know what that means. That means that Charlie was being bothered. He was probably having visions like he was in 2018, probably a clearer vision than the one that I had that you guys tried to mock, that danger was coming. And I'm going to go ahead and say that it wasn't about a Jezebel article written by some leftist. Please stop saying that because it's not true. I know Charlie, a leftist article didn't upset him in this way. Didn't make him call a priest to pray over him. He thought someone was going to kill him. He did express that in writing, and you did not lose those text messages. You knew that.
Custodian says, how can Candace be so naive? Candace is a person that seems like she keeps her heart on her sleeve and she believes in good people. That's not a flaw. That's not a flaw. So maybe Candace is naive, but that's not a flaw. Not that, Candace believes in people and she's seen the best in Charlie Kirk. And like I said, I don't think Charlie Kirk was a good person. Hold on. Mr. Let Go, I was waiting to hear you speak on this. Okay. Thank you. I don't think Charlie Kirk was a good person. I don't look at Charlie Kirk as an enemy, but I don't think Charlie Kirk was a good person. The word turning point, the phrase turning point is a Luciferian term. I can show you right here how Turning Point is a demonic company. I never cared for Charlie Kirk. I just wasn't against him because I didn't know him. But Charlie Kirk ain't shit. Sorry, but he ain't. But I think I think Candace likes to see through things and tries to look for the best in somebody. And, was it something good in Charlie Kirk? Yes. I think Charlie Kirk really meant well, but something went wrong at some point. Y'all got to understand, Charlie Kirk kissed the wall. Charlie Kirk was all up IHOP's ass. Do y'all not forget that? Yes or no in the chat? Did y'all not forget that Charlie Kirk was all up their asses? So what are we doing here? Put a 1 in the chat if you are aware that Charlie Kirk was all up IHOP's ass, kissing walls and all kinds of shit. So
I still love all these
oh, this ain't the video. Hold on, I'm looking for a video. I'll just go back to the video and come back. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking for the video that shows you. We'll just stay here for a second.
I spoke a lot about his third eye. That's why that sentence caught my attention in the article. He spoke about the street lamps that would go off when he would run, about the special school that he had to go to. We spoke about a lot of the things that were strange in our childhood, the testing that both of us had to endure. We spoke about the fact that we could both astral project. You know all of this, of course. You have his phone. And how surprised we were when we learned that not everybody does that naturally. Sleep paralysis, you name it. We had conversations about it. And if Charlie's adrenal glands were going off, it was probably maybe for the very same.
It isn't even TPUSA.
So, mind you, this right here is Charlie Kirk when he's alive. I'll say it again. This video is Charlie Kirk when he was alive.
The strangest part isn't Charlie Kirk. It isn't even TPUSA. The strangest part is the lineage behind it. Lieutenant Colonel Michael Aquino wrote a book called Mind War while stationed at the Presidio in San Francisco. Not a self-help book, not a political rant, a blueprint for psychological warfare, mass persuasion, narrative control, cognitive terrain. And Aquino was also an open Satanist. He never hid it, never denied it.
Aquino and his wife, you are a lieutenant colonel in the United States Army. Correct. Now, and how does the Army feel about you being head of the Temple of Set?
The Army has known about my religion for the entire span of my Army career, which began in 1968. And there was a reasonable amount of curiosity, as there has been all the way along, with what exactly is this strange and unusual thing. And I've talked about it in much the same way that I've talked here today on your show about it. Mm-hmm. And other than that, the Army has paid very little attention to it, the same as it would to anybody who was, say, a follower of...
Exactly, Bigelow. Exactly. And that's the thing that we have to wake up about. So we're supposed to support the people who are responsible for putting Trump in the office, knowing what's on the files. And Charlie Kirk was a saint. Charlie Kirk was an angel. When he's the one who put this freaking dude in office, he's single-handedly responsible for putting Trump in office. He's the one who got him elected, single-handedly. All of these things point to Charlie Kirk being a terrible person also. Candace, you got to wake up, man. I know that's your friend, but Charlie Kirk was not no damn saint. Look at this shit.
Hinduism or of Buddhism or any other slightly unusual religion today.
So you just go...
And the reason why, there's a reason why I'm showing you this. I'm about to show you why right here.
People skip past. Aquino didn't write Mind War alone. His collaborative with retired Major General Paul E. Vallely. Fast forward. Vallely sits on the board at Turning Point USA.
There you go. The co-writer of this demonic-ass book that is meant to psychologically make people worship the devil is on the board of advisors for Turning Point USA. This was before Charlie Kirk died. So how is this man a damn saint? Look who's on his board of advisors.
Fast forward. Vallely sits on the board at Turning Point USA. So take a step back. Strip away the merch, the slogans, the crowd noise.
Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk got Trump elected. Charlie Kirk has a devil teacher, not a worshiper, a devil teacher on the board of advisors. How is Charlie Kirk a saint, Candace? Candace, wake up. He's not your goofy, dorky little brother. No, he's not.
Astral project. You know all of this, of course. You have his phone.
She's talking about we both astral projected. Like they like two little kids climbing trees and shit. Come on, man. Come on,
And
man.
how surprised we were when we learned that not everybody does that naturally. Sleep paralysis, you name it. We had conversations. Glands were going off. It was probably maybe for the very same reason that I pulled my kids out of school days before he was murdered, because I sensed danger was coming. And since we are being open, I also want you to know that it struck me as odd when you said in that interview with Jesse Waters that you wanted Charlie to have a good night's sleep. He was so excited. So you sent him to sleep in his daughter's room. You know, it just registered me as a little bit backwards. I wanted my husband to have a good night's sleep.
That makes all the sense in the world. I agree with you on that. But it shows you that something was up, Candace. If you wanted your husband to have a good night's sleep, why would you send him to your daughter's room? Shout out to me, Queen, CK, and CO. Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens were fans of Trump. I think they met him first. They toured for 2+ years, talking at colleges to vote for Trump. Fair enough. I think Trump put Erika in as a plant, and I'm 99.1% Trump had a hand in Charlie Kirk's death. Totally agree. I'm not mad at you on that. I'm not mad at you on that. Shout out to Arwen. Let go. The back view of the projectile was deleted off of YouTube. I think it was compelling through for Tyler's defense. Where did you send me the picture or the video at, Arwen? What, is it in the Scooby-Doo chat, or you said you sent it to me? Can you tell me where you sent it to me at? I don't know where you're at. You said you're in the community. I have multiple communities. I got multiple Scooby-Doo chats, and I have Patreon, so I'm not sure where you sent it at. Or my direct message, I don't know. The hero usually sees in good people, but can be naive. Yeah, I agree. Damn, Candace. All right, so let's keep going.
Struck me as odd when you said in that interview with Jesse Waters that you wanted Charlie to have a good night's sleep. He was so excited. So you sent him to sleep in his daughter's room. You know, it just registered me as a little bit backwards. I wanted my husband to have a good night's sleep because of something he had the next day. I'd probably let him sleep in the room, and I would sleep in my daughter's room. I flagged that. I also thought what was interesting is that you said the next morning when he snuck in, he grabbed his wedding band. Again, minor detail, but I asked myself, why was his wedding band off? And one of the things that when I was a kid, and other GATE kids, as we've been speaking about the GATE program, when they put you in these special classes, they test you frequencies, sounds, they made us drink fluoride, all the weird stuff. But one of the things that they're especially interested in is how quickly
you were asked to drink fluoride. Did she say we were asked to drink fluoride? What does that mean?
you can put together puzzles. I want you to know that I excelled at that. I was really good at putting together puzzles. I gotta tell.
I get it, Serene. I understand. She's coming across to her as female to female being tactful. I understand it. I'm not mad at her. I'm just saying Erika does not owe you honesty. Erika does not owe you loyalty. This is war. She sent you a cease and desist. She does not owe you anything, Candace. Oh, fluoride calcifies the pineal gland. Well, calcification is a bad thing. Yeah, calcification is a bad thing. Fluoride is bad. So if anything is calcificating anything is a bad thing. Calcifying something is bad. So I just need y'all to know fluoride is bad and calcifying the pineal gland is bad. Calcification is a bad thing. Calcium in itself is bad, not good. So I just need y'all to understand that. But nah, I don't know, man. I understand Candace is doing her thing, but all of this, I can't believe you lied to me, Erika. It's just crazy. Erika don't owe you nothing. Erika didn't even like you, according to what all I'm seeing. Erika didn't like you. And I'm not on Erika's side. I'm not on Erika's side. I'm saying for Candace to wake up and realize that Erika didn't like her. I like you. Erika didn't.
Even speaking about the GATE program, when they put you in these special classes, they test you frequencies, sounds. They made us drink fluoride, all the weird stuff. But one of the things that they're especially interested in is how quickly you can put together puzzles. And I want you to know that I excelled at that. I was really good at putting together puzzles. I got to tell you, I think the picture is starting to emerge here. I think I was right. My best guess is that it was Pierre Falcone all along.
Up with BM. So is she being misleading, saying that because they were wanting to the GATE kids to explore their gifts, why would they give them fluoride? Exactly. Why is that? What the hell? What in the world? Why are you giving these children fluoride? Like what? You were abused, Candace. In your little GATE program, Candace, they were abusing you by giving you fluoride. What is happening here? There's so much coming out of this show today. Well, her show yesterday. This is crazy. Somebody feeding you fluoride. They need to be put in prison for child abuse. What in the world? Making y'all drink fluoride. What kind of mess is that?
Of Angola Gate, we talked about it on the show. France, Israel, the United States. This time it would be Egypt rather than Angola, all working together. Maybe they were getting the band back together to traffic because, there's been a lot of trafficking that just keeps coming up in this investigation. These countries, these satellite of countries, you trying to pretend with your billions of dollars, got a PR, we can do all of this. And it was so crazy. Oh my God, a little joke about the Egyptian planes. What? Nothing to see here. This is my theory. There's a lot to see here. Because you were lying to cover Bibi Netanyahu's tracks. That's very strange. You were there when Bibi Netanyahu called. Andrew told me that Bibi offered to take Turning Point USA to the next level and that Charlie turned him down in the Hamptons at the dinner that you were a part of, but you don't remember that part. You say he's just calling about a letter that Charlie wrote 5 months earlier. The dinner that you thereafter allowed an army of influencers to claim never actually happened, but you were there.
Uh-oh. Hold on. I got that video. I want to show you that video real quick. Hopefully I can find it pretty quick. Where's the video? You know what? Let me play a commercial and then I'm going to come back with the video because I think the video says a lot. So here it is. I found it. Here's the video. Here's the video right here. She's talking about.
That allegedly Charlie was threatened.
All of these conservative young influencers who basically knew nothing were brought out to the Hamptons to basically hang out and party and feel like they were, in a reality show. And they were told that they were going to talk about Mahmoud Mamdani, who's likely to be the next New York mayor. And then in the middle of the meeting, I was told this by someone who was there, Ackman turns the whole thing into an argument about Israel. And then coming out of this meeting, everybody was offered a free trip to Israel. And Xavier de Rousseau is taken to Gaza, and de Rousseau is paid by the Israeli government to go there and deliver this absurd, flamboyant video mocking people for starving, denying starvation, and claiming that Hamas leaders are eating all the food, so they're going on Ozempic. And that's like what was coming out of this disgusting meeting where Charlie Kirk was being screamed at for trying to take like a mildly principled position.
I feel like people don't
So that was what was going on in that situation, just to add a little bit more clarity to what Candace was just saying. Let's keep going.
That you thereafter allowed never actually happened, but you were there. Oh, I was there every step of the way. None of this ever happened. Nobody wanted to address BB calling. Nobody made any statements about that. Full-blown psyop, psychological operation. Truly, everything that you guys did, not only was it cruel, but I think the real motivation was you just thought you could psychologically break me. Because that's what this whole thing has been. It's been one big psyop. Very well funded because there's a lot of money on the line. If nothing happened in the Hamptons that was out of the usual, why the panic? Because something did happen. Charlie told Bibi Netanyahu no. Bibi, also, Charlie had declined to have Bibi on his podcast. When Bibi went on a little PR tour, Charlie didn't want to have him on the podcast, according to Andrew. So Charlie seems pretty done with Israel, right? You don't want to have on the prime minister of Israel? The obvious question here at the media is not interested in, but I certainly am, is in exchange for what, right? In exchange for what was Bibi Netanyahu going to take Turning Point USA to the next level? In exchange for what?
In exchange for what? It looks like Bibi Netanyahu has gotten what he wanted, whether it was through Turning Point USA or not. Hold on, just stop. Candace Owens. Let's see. I'm gonna read your super chats in a minute. Just stop, Mr. Let Go. Candace Owens, no, Erika doesn't owe her anything. Candace is stressing to the world that Erika is a liar. Understood. Oh, I get it. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I get it. I totally get it. I understand. I understand. I get it. All right. When CSA is reported, they send you to gate for testing. Okay. They did this to me before a hearing test. Really? Okay. Yes, those of us who were in a gifted program in the school were giving red fluoride tablets to dull us down. What? To dull you down from what? I thought you were in the gifted program in order to cultivate your gifts. So can y'all explain to me why they were given fluoride tablets? Why would a gifted agency want you to be dulled down if they're trying to inspire you to be gifted? Am I missing something? So yes, those of us who were in the gifted program in school were giving red fluoride tablets to dull us down. So I'll say this. My mother said no to me getting in the gifted program. And I was mad because I was about to skip a grade. I remember I was in, I think the fourth or fifth grade. I don't remember what grade it was, and I remember this because I had a crush on my teacher. So I didn't necessarily want to get skipped because I was going to no longer have this teacher. And my mother was talking to people about getting me skipped because, gifted program, whatever you call it, but skip my grade. But I was kind of, I wanted to skip because I will graduate faster. And who the hell, if I could skip a year of going to school, yes, right? But I remember that I had a crush on my teacher, so I didn't want to go to another class or school because I loved being in front of this teacher all the time. She had big titties and she was super pretty. So I remember that because I was on the fence of wanting to get skipped and not wanting to get skipped. And my mom came to me and said, they're thinking about wanting to skip you. And I was like, but I love Miss Brown, but I want to get skipped. So I was kind of like on the fence. And I think because I was on the fence, my mother was like, okay, just leave him where he is. So it was a possibility that I was going to end up getting fed fluoride tablets if I would have got skipped. That's crazy.
Also, how was he planning to get that money into the company? Turning Point was already worth $100 million. Pulls in $100 million annually. What does the next level mean? It sounds like it would have to be billions. Via whom? My guess is Pierre. Erika. I think that there's a
They were using gifted kids as test subjects. Yeah. They probably would have had me messed the hell up, y'all. Yes, they weren't looking for gifted kids. They were trying to stop them from developing them out. Oh my God. The world is so evil. The world is so evil. Gifted kids were being fed fluoride tablets to keep them from being gifted. Oh my God. I remember fluoride being good for your teeth, which was also a lie. Damn, man. Oh, Stranger Things. Did y'all know Stranger Things was inspired from true facts? Oh, damn. A woman recently had me looking at Stranger Things. I'm like, what is this? She's like, this is Stranger Things. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I'm just walking around the house while she's all into Stranger Things like this. I'm like, it looks like a kid's show. And I'm like, what is this? So I sat down. I was like, damn, this is pretty good. And she said it was inspired from true stories from gifted kids being, programmed or either, put in situations where they can kind of like, mess with their brains and stuff. And I was like, really? And I got into it. So I kind of got into Stranger Things, but from the outside looking in, it looks like something kids will look at. But it was really good. So I have watched it. Yep, I heard about this too. Yeah. I'm so glad that they didn't do nothing to me, because I probably wouldn't even be here if they would have started messing with my brain if I would have went to the gifted program. Damn. All because I wanted to fuck my teacher. That's crazy. Shout out to Miss Brown. You just saved my life, Miss Brown. You're probably like 80 years old now, but Miss Brown saved me from going to the gifted program. All because I wanted to fuck my teacher. That's crazy. Miss let go. They were experimenting with fluoride to see how it can be used as a weapon to take away abilities and to dumb them down. Sheesh. Do y'all know everything that we did and learned as a kid was wrong? Everything was wrong. Look, Miss let go. Let it go. I'm sorry. I wanted to smash my teacher. Y'all didn't want to have sex with y'all teachers? What are y'all talking about? So I'm the only one that wanted to have sex with my teacher. I'm the only one. See, I'm the only one that be saying stuff out loud. So I'm the only one that wanted to sleep with my teacher. Really? Man, y'all get out of here.
I knew that Charlie was dead first. I think there's a reason he was a priority. How? Why? I think France and Israel are involved in Charlie Kirk's assassination. And I'm going to put that out there with full confidence.
Damn, man. Shout out to Candace, man. Because Candace means well. I love Candace. Candace has such a pure heart where she inadvertently looks past the fact that Charlie Kirk was at least a half demon. Because he's the one who chose to be with Erika Kirk. Just like he turned down BB Netanyahu. Think about this. Just like you watching the show. You watching the show. Hey. Oh my God. The person I was watching Stranger Things with is watching the show. They just text me. That's hilarious. So, damn, you don't messed up my train of thought. Like, why you text me? You don't messed up my friend. What was I just talking about, y'all? The person just texted me who I was looking at Stranger Things with. What was I talking about just now? She just messed up my whole train of thought. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Candace Owens being naive. Candace Owens sees past the fact that Charlie Kirk was a half demon because he's the one that poor cheap teacher. I didn't do it. I just wanted to do it. Y'all, like, what are you talking about? I was talking about my teacher. No, I was talking about Candace Owens. Y'all just want me to talk about my teacher. Y'all are hilarious. I was talking about how it's kind of like beautiful and sad at the same time. How y'all leave me alone. Stop. See, this is why I love y'all. Y'all just be having me laughing. Like, y'all leave me alone. Oh my God. So I'm trying to stay focused, y'all. Then people gonna say, Mr. Let Go, he's not focused. He just sits around laughing all day. Because y'all got me laughing. Y'all leave me alone. Okay. Candace Owens is so much of a pure thinking person where she inadvertently ignored the red flags that were blatantly in front of her through the whole time when she was around Charlie Kirk. So I can't get mad at Erika. I mean, I can't get mad at Erika. I can't get mad at Candace. Candace seen the good in Charlie Kirk, and that's a good thing. I can never get mad at Candace. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Laughing is healthy. Yes, laughing is healthy. Y'all are absolutely hilarious, though. Talking about I'm blushing, especially through this stuff. No, wait. No, my teacher did not text me. The girl that I was watching Stranger Things text me. Do y'all actually think the teacher that I wanted to sleep with text me? No. I know. Is that what y'all was saying? Hold on, let's get some clarity here. Who do y'all think just text me? The girl that I was watching Stranger Things with, or the teacher I wanted to have sex with? Did y'all think the teacher that I wanted to have sex with just text me? She's probably like 90 right now. No. Okay. Okay. I thought y'all that was your teacher. No, my teacher's probably 90 years old. How in the world? I didn't fuck her. So how in the world would she have my phone number? Like, what? Y'all are absolutely hilarious. I didn't have sex with my teacher, y'all. So she didn't. Miss Brown is not texting me. I don't even know her first name. If I smash my teacher, do you actually think I would be saying her name is Miss Brown? Well, I don't know. I probably would. Hey, Miss Brown. So yeah. So yeah, I would probably still be calling her Miss Brown if I smashed. But no, the girl I was watching Stranger Things with text me. Y'all are hilarious. Y'all are absolutely hilarious. Oh my God. Y'all got me dying laughing. But am I the only person that wanted to have sex with my teacher, or am I a weirdo? So y'all just gonna leave me out here on this limb by myself that I'm the only person that wanted to have sex with my teacher? Y'all just gonna leave me out here? See, y'all are hilarious. Let me play this commercial and we're going to get to something else. Y'all are absolutely hilarious. Say yes or no in the chat if you wanted to bang your teacher. Y'all are not just going to leave me out on this limb by myself. If you wanted to bang your teacher, put a one, say yes in the chat or no in the chat. And I'll be right back. Y'all are hilarious.
Of healing is sweeping the country, and it's a card game called Like Mother, Like Daughter. This game.
And I'll say this, if you're a woman and you wanted to bang your teacher, you might want to get this mother-daughter card game. If you're a woman and you are admitting to wanting to bang your teacher, you might want to get my mother-daughter card game because I'm just saying. See, I'm just saying. You see how I got y'all? Got him. Got him. So if you wanted to bang your teacher, you might want to get this mother-daughter card game. I'm just saying. I got their ass.
This just in, a new way of healing is sweeping the country, and it's a card game called Like Mother, Like Daughter. This game is powerful.
My favorite question was, if you could parent me all over again, what would you change? This card game has a mother deck and a daughter deck. So
Hold on. Somebody said student teacher card game. Hell no. That'll put me in jail. No. Hell no.
This card game has a mother deck and a daughter deck, so we both have questions for each other.
These are some good questions. Do you think I'm a people pleaser? If so, where did I get this trait from?
This card game actually helped my marriage, and the questions showed me that I still had unresolved issues with my mom, and I was taking them out on my husband. If you don't
Hold on. I need to touch on this because this is very important right here. This is very, very, very important right here. Because a lot of y'all are married. So
this card game actually helped my marriage. And the questions showed me that I still had unresolved issues with my mom, and I was taking them out on my husband. If you don't.
Some of y'all are married, or some of y'all are in relationships, and some of y'all are taking out your issues that you have with your mother out on your man. Is that hitting anybody? Anybody? I'm going to do the mother-son. I'm going to do the mother-son card game. But is that hitting anybody right now? Some of y'all had or have unresolved issues with your mother, and you're taking those unresolved issues out on your man. Yeah, I want y'all to think about this. This is not just a card game that's fun. It will help you with your marriage.
Get this trait from. This card game actually helped my marriage. And the questions showed me that I still had unresolved issues with my mom, and I was taking them out on my husband.
If you don't do anything else, buy this card game. You won't regret it. Click the link below.
Like another light thought, we are the same. You'll see when we play this game.
Colette, where
all right, before we get to this, make sure to get your mother-daughter card game. A lot of people are already buying the mother-daughter card game, and the card games I think the card games will be here tomorrow. I believe the card games will be here tomorrow, so I'll have the card games here. So the shipment is coming in tomorrow. A lot of people are buying mother-daughter card games. You might want to get your card games. I only got 1,000. I usually get more because I'm going to start working on the mother-son card game next. So I didn't get super amounts of card games because I got to have some money separated for the mother-son card game because that's the next card game that's coming out. And I got a manhood card game. So get your mother-daughter card game now before they sell out. They are selling out. Not selling out, but they are selling. So get your card game. And the next card game that's coming out is going to be the mother-son card game. I hear y'all. Y'all want the mother-son card game? I got it. But get your mother-daughter card game, whether you're a husband of a woman or you're a woman that, doesn't have the best relationship with your mother. Get the card game. I'm telling you now. All right, so let's get into this.
I want to tell you guys this. There's another. phone call that I had with Andrew Colvett where I was crying on the phone with him. I mean, I am talking maybe 72 hours max.
And if you're a grandmother and you have grandbabies, get the mother-daughter card game also, because it will help a lot. Because a lot of times the grandmother has a totally different relationship with the grandbabies versus her own daughter. So if you're a grandmother, get this mother-daughter card game also.
I want to tell you guys this. There's another phone call that I had with Andrew Colvett where I was crying on the phone with him. I mean, I am talking maybe 72 hours max after Charlie was killed. And he was also upset on the phone, but he said something and it's hitting differently the more that I think about it. He said, and I quote, "Candace, it was supposed to be you. It was supposed to be you." Now, at the time, I dismissed this as some sort of bargaining, right? That's an actual stage of grief. You do bargain. You wish that it was this person. You could trade it. Maybe you wish that it was yourself. And to be honest, I did go through that phase of bargaining with Charlie. Like, why didn't it happen to somebody else? This is a good person. Was Andrew trying to maybe communicate to me after, especially given the fact that I told you that while the actual day on September 10th, while Charlie was in the hospital, he told me that there was a list. And that me and Tucker Carlson were on it and that we had to lay low, but he never told me who told him that. I never got a call from the feds telling me that. So I feel like these questions I have now are quite valid. Andrew, by the way, was not the only person who called me on that day and reached out to my family on that day with this warning, immediately cautioning me and Tucker to keep our mouths shut, telling us that we should lay low because there was a quote unquote list going around. Another person was a very well-known woman who happens to be married to a CIA contractor. Same exact message. You and Tucker Carlson. But, of course, we cannot tell you who we are getting this information from. I'm starting to realize, as I consider who the sources are and their closeness to the military, and now that we've gotten into the story and realized that virtually everybody there that day has these military ties, that threat may have been coming from the government, actually. That the globalized government that we live under, right, LOL to the idea that we have a national sovereignty, may have wanted me and Tucker to watch our friend die. And then that global gang wanted us to know that you will be next if you don't shut up. Like, really, it was supposed to be you.
So with all that being said, I think we have to pray for Candace because that threat, I think, is still out there, especially now that she's talking about another French billionaire. She was talking about DuPont, Pierre DuPont. Now she's talking about a different Pierre. And the foreign French Legion is who had the hit out on her. So we all need to pray for Candace because she's barking up a tree that may get her whacked. I hope this doesn't happen, but because we want more Candace. We want more exposing Turning Point USA. But Candace is getting very, very, very close to the sun. And I'm starting to get more and more afraid for her. So everybody drop "I stand with Candace" in the chat. We got to pray for her. Everybody right now, everybody say "I stand with Candace" in the chat. We got to make sure she's in our prayers because we got to keep her safe spiritually because she is 1000% in a spiritual battle right now with Turning Point USA. And speaking of Candace, let's play Candace's song.
Scumbag. She doesn't fucking deal with the shit we have to deal with. She's a piece of shit.
As we all know, Candace Owens is spinning a lot of suggestion. We can't keep spinning conspiracy theories without evidence. People are going to get hurt. People are going to get hurt. People are going to get hurt.
Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. What? Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. What? If you got something to say, tell it to her face. If you got something to say, tell it to her face. All of this is fake and gay, and you know it. I got all the evidence. I'm about to show it. You projecting all your guilt out on us and Candace. We just trying to solve the case. I don't understand it. But things not turning out how you planned it. We can see it in your eyes and your body language. I see all the threats that you keep sending me, but underneath the jail is where you finna be.
Oh. And real quick, you see the pictures of the card game and this barcode right here. I forgot to tell y'all. Sorry. I'll play the video. But for the people that are watching on their televisions, hold your phone up to your TV and take a picture of this barcode. Put a 1 in the chat if you're watching me on your TV. Hold your phone up to the barcode on the TV to this QR code. Put a 1 in the chat if you're watching me. Well, if you're watching me on your TV, you can't put a 1 in the chat, so never mind. But hold your phone up if you're watching on your TV and click the barcode with your phone. Take a picture of this barcode. 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 So I just want to say that. I keep forgetting about the barcode. I did that so the people watching TV can buy the card game too. You are on a 60-inch high definition over my fireplace. Thank you so much, Luis. I appreciate that. Louise, I appreciate it.
See all the threats that you keep sending me, but underneath the jail is where you finna be. Your band of crooked pastors in the pulpit. Every time you speak, all I hear is bullshit. Tell the truth about Charlie Kirk instead of telling me to stop. All I wanna know is which guy took the shot. I need an answer to a question only you would know. Was Charlie Kirk's life a reenactment of the Truman Show? Truman Show. 100,000 of us on your head tie. Please stop trying to feed us all this fed slide. Your grieving widow book tour, we ain't listening to it. And free Tyler Robinson, cause you know he didn't do it. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. What? Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace.
She's betrayed us. She's doing something else. I can't believe it. This has all just been a show. Calm down, okay? What do you think happened?
Real quick, Janice says, has Candace reached out to you about this song? She has not. No, she has not. She has not reached out to me about this song. I would love to have her play this song on her show. I think it would be super dope. So, yeah, I didn't even think about that. I'm glad you brought that up. Yes, I need to send this to Candace because this would be a great intro for her show.
She's betrayed us. She's doing something else. I can't believe it. This has all just been a show. Calm down, okay? What do you think happened? Well, Erika said stop, and then I was frozen for 4 hours and 30 minutes, just like.
Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. What? Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. What? If you got something to say, tell it to her face. If you got something to say, tell it to her face. All this is fake and gay, and you know it. I got all the evidence, I'm about to show it. You projecting all your guilt out on us and Candace. We just trying to solve the case, I don't understand it. Are things not turning out how you planned it? We can see it in your eyes and your body language. I see all the threats that you keep sending me, but underneath the jail is where you finna be. Your band of crooked pastors in the pulpit. Every time you speak, all I hear is bullshit. Tell the truth about Charlie Kirk instead of telling me to stop. All I wanna know is which guy took the shot. I need an answer to a question only you would know. Was Charlie Kirk's life a reenactment of the Truman Show? Truman Show. 100,000 of us on your head top. Please stop trying to feed us all this fed slop. Your grieving widow book tour, we ain't listening to it. And free Tyler Robinson, cause you know he didn't do it. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. What? Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. What?
It feels a little fake and gay. Gotta tell you guys, it feels a little fake and gay.
And thank you to the 14 people that bought mother-daughter card games. The link is in the chat. The link is pinned at the top of the chat, and the link is also under this video. And like I said, the barcode to buy the card game is right here. And for those who are like, what is the card game? Here is another explanation of the card game right here. I just came up with a solution that will help every woman watching, regardless. No. I'm not gonna do this. I just came up with a solution that will help every woman watching, regardless of age, regardless of background. See, in my 7 years of coaching women, the number one thing that I hear in my coaching sessions is her issue or tumultuous relationship with her mother. So what I've done is come out with a card game that will actually help mothers and daughters come back together. We have to get to the source of a woman's pain, her inadequacies, her insecurities, and heal that little girl inside of her before she goes out in the world as a woman. I call Like Mother, Like Daughter therapy in a box. Therapy in a box is 50 questions for the daughter to ask the mother, questions that you always wanted to ask. And it's also 50 questions for the mother to ask the daughter. But when you're able to ask the questions that you always wanted to ask to your mother without her getting upset, without her pulling rank on you, the lines of communication are now open. When women are finally able to forgive their mother, relationships outside of the household would then blossom. Because for most women, there's a hurt little girl inside of her that never had an opportunity to be seen or heard. But all that stops when you buy my new Like Mother, Like Daughter card game. Order it now. The link is under this video. Click the link and let's start healing. Janice says, I have your other card game. I'm going to order these for me and my mom and also my sister and her daughters. Oh, I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What if there's a demon inside of her? Erika? There's a demon inside of Erika. But talk to y'all later. I am out of here. But thank y'all for buying the card games. I really appreciate it. The shipment should be here tomorrow or something. So your shipment will be out in a couple days. Talk to y'all later.